Imagine if the human body possessed the same regenerative powers as certain reptiles. A lost hand, arm, or leg would not mark the end of mobility, but the beginning of a natural process of renewal. Just as a lizard detaches and regrows its tail, humans would heal by reconstructing entire limbs. Stem cells would awaken, tissues would reorganize, and bones, muscles, nerves, and skin would regrow seamlessly. Within weeks or months, the missing part would be restored, perfectly functional as though it had never been gone. The effects on medicine would be immediate and profound. Hospitals would no longer treat amputation as a lifelong disability. Surgeons would focus not on prosthetics, but on guiding safe regrowth, ensuring the process is stable and symmetrical. Wars, accidents, and natural disasters that once left survivors with permanent loss would instead end with recovery. Organ transplantation and reconstructive surgery would transform as well, with doctors using regenerative pathways not only for limbs but for damaged tissues across the body. This ability would also ripple into society. Prosthetics and rehabilitation industries would shrink, while regenerative medicine would become the most important field of research. Entire companies might arise offering limb optimization, promising faster, stronger, or even customized regrowth. A new debate would emerge. Should regenerated limbs remain identical to the originals, or could they be upgraded? Stronger bones, faster reflexes, built-in enhancements? These possibilities could blur the line between healing and enhancement. For athletes, regeneration would change the rules of the game. Fear of injury would no longer limit performance. Extreme sports might grow wilder as broken bones and torn muscles are no longer permanent risks. Yet regulations would be needed. Is an athlete with a freshly regrown leg competing fairly against one who has endured years of natural wear and tear? Sports committees would face some of their toughest ethical challenges. Culturally, the symbolism of regrowth would reshape art and philosophy. Humans would begin to see their bodies as renewable rather than fragile. Stories of survival and resilience would take on new meaning. The idea of disability itself would shift, perhaps vanishing almost entirely or transforming into new forms if some people regenerate imperfectly or not at all. Paradoxically, those rare cases could create new kinds of inequality, as most of humanity thrives with regenerative power while a few are left out. Emotionally, the change could be just as complicated. Losing a limb would still bring trauma, but recovery would be a matter of patience rather than permanence. Soldiers could return whole from battle. Workers in dangerous jobs might feel invincible. Parents might reassure children, "Don't worry, it will grow back." But this could also breed recklessness, with people taking risks they once would have avoided. Philosophically, humans would have to confront questions about mortality and value. If the body repairs itself endlessly, what does it mean to be fragile or to survive? Would life itself be seen as less precious if wounds heal without consequence? Or would regeneration be celebrated as a gift of renewal, a deeper resilience that makes existence richer? In the end, if humans could regrow lost limbs like lizards, the world would be transformed at every level, from hospitals and battlefields to art, ethics, and daily life. We would live in a world where scars no longer define us, where loss is never permanent, and where the human story shifts from one of fragility to one of constant renewal.